Hey y'all, Rochelle here, your delightful crafter. So, like I told y'all yesterday, I'm going to do a quick little run through of the LetterPress system. Now, I was going to show you my original LetterPress because, like I shared yesterday, this system comes with, they call it sticky ink. And my systems, I used a brayer. But when I did a rearrange of the craft room for the IKEA, those particular cabinets I stuck in my closet, and right now I can't get to them, so I can't pull that out. But I did do a test run to see how this ink works, and it's okay. I had to run it through at least twice to get a good print, but it was, it's really easy. Since I've already gone through some of the steps, I'm just going to walk you through what I did so you understand where we're at this point. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stick around a spell. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Ding the bell next door if you want to get notifications of future videos. Thumbs up, likes are always appreciated. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. So, this is what we're going to do a demo on, and I told y'all yesterday I wasn't going to actually use the ink, but I changed my mind, just that y'all can see how it works. So the system comes with the LetterPress base. It comes with plates. The main background plate I already have attached, and I'll go over that in just a second, but it also comes, this particular one comes with the background plate and then some sentiments. Wonderful, adore, smile, sunshine, hello, and happy. It also comes with some test sheets of their letterpress paper, your positioning foam squares, and adhesive sheets. And so as I mentioned yesterday, and told y'all yesterday, those that aren't familiar with the system, letterpress is kind of like printing. Like I said, the original systems that I have, you use an oil-based ink. You have to brayer it out and then roll it over your plate. With this system, like I said, it came with an ink pad. And I think down the road, I'm actually going to give it a try with pigment ink and see how that works. But generally with letterpress or letter printing, you do use an oil-based ink. So let me get these out of the way. Come on. Sorry for that. So here's your base, and as you can see, I've already done a test run with this particular system, and this is the cardstock that came with it. Those of you that have been following Tuesday Morning know that it's been coming in all kinds of different sizes, envelopes, name cards, and I pick them up every time I see them just because it's a really great price. So how you set this up is there are actually registration marks on this plate. I'm not sure if you can see them, but right next to these foam squares, there are thick black lines. And then you have your center cross here. And what I do is whatever size card I'm using, which you can see I've already set it up, I'll put the paper on the plate, and then you take the foam squares, and depending on the size, it depends on how much foam you want to use. But I just put 2 on each corner. That way it stays in place if you have to do multiple presses. So say if you're running, one of the plate systems out there is the typewriter. Let me see if I've got it accessible right here. I don't think that I do. So some of the plate systems have different layers to it so that you can print in multiple colors. And so if anybody's seen the typewriter plate out there, you've got your typewriter, then you've got a plate for your keys, and then you've got a plate for if you want to do your print or your sentiment in a different color that comes with the set. And that way you can keep your card in one place, and when you are doing multiple, so say like if you're doing invitations, you just pull this one up, you set the next one in, you ink up your plate, close it up, and run it through. Anyway, so again, with this one, we've already set the paper. We have set your registration foam squares, and you can't see it, but the adhesive sheets are double-sided. And they are strong enough to hold your plate in place, but when you need to change your plate, you can pull it away and put a different plate on there. And eventually you will have to pull the sheet off and put a new one on. So just letting y'all know. And so, like I said, with this one, I had to do a couple runs through the Big Shot. I did it when there was nothing on my desk. And this is, when they say it's a sticky ink, it is very sticky. They are not kidding. I'm going to actually see if I can find other pads in different colors, because granted I had to run this through at least twice, if not 3 times. It came out pretty decent. This was my test run. Now you can see here it didn't, there's not a lot of ink, but that could be me not putting enough ink on the plate. And you can't see it, but if you run your hand over the paper, you can feel the deboss where it has pressed into the paper. And if you use cotton paper, it's an even deeper impression. So, and you can kind of, if you, I don't know if you guys can see it, but in my light, I can actually see the impression on the back of the plate. So anyway, we've got it inked up. We're going to close it up. I'm going to pull out my Big Shot because right now I can't roll my Gemini over. Yeah, my room's that bad right now. And I'm messing up my background. Come on. There we go. All right. Gonna run it through. You don't have to add any additional plates. Get my drink out of the way. I push it till it engages the crank, and then I grab the crank handle and pull it through. And I'm going to tell you right now, it probably won't be a good impression this first go around. And we're going to have to ink it again. And granted, I wouldn't normally choose black ink for roses, but that's all that came with the kit. And as you can see, it really is not a good ink impression right now. So we're going to ink up the plate again. And some of y'all might think this is a lot of work, and it is, but if you're going for a certain look, if you're wanting to do customized invitations, you know, a certain color scheme, and you have the party set or invitation set, you know, then this comes in handy. You're not having to order them. There we go. Close that up again. And I am really glad that I did find the deep cleaning solution, because this ink is not going to be easy to clean. I'm just going to let y'all know right away. While I enjoy using letterpresses, it is messy to clean up. That's been my personal experience. So, and let's check it out again. So as you can see, it looks a lot better. Now I could run it through again. I'm just not going to. But if I were doing like a production line, I would just pull this one out, put a new card in, and run it through until I had however many bases I want. And I'm going to start something that's a little controversial. I love the stamp positioner systems out there. And I have the one that says they're original, but I won't use it. And the reason why is because of the whole copyright thing and how that was handled. I think it was not handled properly. And this will probably upset some of you guys. But this is why. This right here, you got the position. Granted, there's not a magnetic base. But this is doing the same thing. You are positioning your paper. You are attaching, technically, your stamp. Inking it, closing it. Oh, I don't get a good impression. I do it again, and I know that it's going to go in the exact same place without any overstamping or unalignment of images. And because a lot of people weren't aware of this system, they didn't understand why there was such big controversy with the stamp positioners. I'm not going to name brands, but the one that claims to be the original is not. And this is why. Because this was out long, long, long before. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But, so even though I own it, because I bought it before the drama, I refuse to use it, and I won't give it away, because to me that's supporting that company. But anyway, this is my premise on why I don't support that company anymore. This was out long before. It was not an original idea at all. The only thing original about it was the magnetic base. That is it. Nothing else. Technically, you can, if you have this, technically, I believe you could use your cling mount stamps with this. I've never tried. But I don't see why you couldn't. But, and next weekend, I'm going to try and get into the closet that I've got my original systems in, so you can see the difference. I believe my originals are I think the base is green. I can't remember. And then again, right here, it has the L for Lifestyle Crafts. And I would love to show you some of my original plates. They are beautiful. Love them. I just, like I said, I put them away, and then with the craft room, you know, move around and, you know, making room for the IKEA. I forgot where I put them. But anywho, once I get the craft room in a more workable, what do you call it, stage, I'll bring it out where you can actually watch me use the brayer system, because that's a really good system too. Honestly, I felt that I got a better inking to my plate than I did with the sticky pad, but the sticky pad, I have to say, is really convenient. I did like that. I just hope that, you know, if this is what comes with the system, that they offer more colors. So I'm going to have to look into that and let y'all know what I find out. So yeah, if you have any questions below, let me know. Again, next weekend, I'm going to try and do another run on this. Trying to find my typewriter sets so you can see how you can change things out and use multiple colors on the same image. I'm saying a lot today, but then again, we all know that I'm notorious for that. So if you're new, I apologize, but that's the norm with me. But so yeah, so this is a LetterPress. They're not stamps. You can't use them like stamps. They won't work like stamps. You have to use them with a a die machine so that you can press the plate and the ink into the paper and it leaves a texture to your paper. So that's why I was saying the other day it's kind of like printing and an embossing folder in one, just a little more, I guess, complicated. The hardest part really is the, you know, placing it on your base, lining up your foam, I call them aligners. I don't know what they call them. I didn't pay attention. And then attaching your plate. And you can pull it off and the adhesive sheet comes with it. In the past, the adhesive sheet has stayed, so I don't know if it's because it's the We Are Memory Keepers or the LetterPress. You know, I don't know if there's a difference. But anywho, I just told y'all this was going to be a basic run through so y'all could see how it worked. And again, I'll try and find my other system, which is technically exactly the same. It just looks a little bit different because of the branding. And I have older plates that are just adorable that I'd kind of like to show y'all because they are cute. And now that I've got more ink, thanks to Tuesday Morning, I'm still on the hunt for the green and the blue ink that I've seen in some hauls. I'm really hoping I can find those. I mean, if not, I can go on eBay, but I really don't want to pay, you know, $8 to $15 per tube when I can get it Tuesday Morning for $2.99. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that. And I think maybe next weekend we might even try some pigment ink and see how that works on here. I think that would be interesting just for the convenience, because it is pretty convenient. Now, I didn't think to get a cloth or anything to show y'all. The ink kind of smears around for cleanup. But I'm going to take this, I'm going to stop the, you know, once I'm finished with the video, I'm going to take it, get it all cleaned up so it doesn't dry on my plate. I can't tell you if it's hard to clean or not because I've always cleaned my plates. I've never left the ink on them. But okay, again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, or my email is in the description. Feel free to shoot me an email. I'll be honest, I reply to emails faster than I do the comments, just because there are a lot of comments, and yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I am going to go clean up this plate and go get dinner started. I hope you guys have a great work week. We will be 1 week closer to Thanksgiving come next Friday. So really excited about Turkey Day. My daughter, two of my kids are going to be home this year. So I'm really happy about that. And I'll take that because for Christmas, I'm not going to have them on Christmas Day. My kids are grown, just so y'all know. So we'll do Christmas in January because they're actually both going to fly up and visit their dad and their little sister for Christmas. And I don't blame them for wanting to, spend Christmas with their little sister. But so, really excited to be off this year for Thanksgiving and to spend it with at least 2 of my 3 baby, or well, technically 4 babies because my oldest is married. But yeah, so I'm gonna go clean this up and get dinner started. I hope you guys have a great week. I am gonna try and get at least 1 video up over the weekdays. If not, I will see you next weekend. Hope y'all have a great night. As always, happy crafting. Bye-bye.